Hi guys, so who told us that when God blesses us with something, it comes swiftly? Okay, sometimes it does. But then, guys, do you realize that the enemy fights even the promises of God, even something that comes from God Himself? The enemy will fight it. Hmm? The fact that God promised you something, or He said He would do this for you, or He, yes, of course, promises. That mean that the enemy is going to just fold his hands and watch it happen without no struggle. you know, that's just it. So, okay, sometimes, I remember one time I found out that one of the child of God, one of the children of God, of course, okay, it's like one of his ministers who was, serving him and he was really a good person and stuff like that. That person just died when they were kind of still younger, not in their ripe age. But in my mind, I was like, why would God let someone like that die when He knows that this person is being, serving Him and doing the work of God. Sometimes it happens like you just think about things. I think about things, but I was like, wait. Do you know that sometimes God can let that happen because of many reasons? Maybe He was protecting this person from this world. Maybe this person would have changed later on and, left him. So He was securing them. Like a lot of things play. The things we can't even see, the things we can't touch, the things we can't understand. But then another thing is just the reality. Like, who said that when you're serving God, you can't die? Like, who told us that when someone dies, it's because of something? Okay. Do you know that we are all going to die one day, right? Whether you're a child of God, whether you're not a child of God, whether you're doing what, whether you look like your life is so busy, God is, whatsoever, anything can kill you, anything can take you out, and it's always maybe, I guess, always the right time, maybe. I'm not so sure about that, but God is intentional. We will not ever understand what He does, and why He does what He does sometimes. Yeah. So death is just for all of us. Like, we all are going to die. Jesus was here. He was so impactful. He was so purposeful. He did all He did, but He didn't. He died. He died younger. He just went, raised back to life and all that. But then He left younger. He didn't clock 50. He was just younger than that. 30, he was younger, but he did all he had to do in this world. So as we are living in this world, we don't know when we are going to die and all that. Let's make sure that we are into our purposes. Let's make sure that we are doing something, yeah, something purposeful, right, with our lives, because we are not sure of when we are going to die. Yeah, we are not any way sure. And doesn't matter who you are, however anointed you are, however whatsoever you are, you can live. So let's make sure that we are, I'm not saying ready, because I don't think anyone is ready when, before they die or something. But let's just make sure that we give our lives to God and we do the right things and we make sure that we don't waste our time. I guess that's it. Because we have a lot to offer. The saddest thing is that some people don't get to know who they are and what they offer, what they can offer to the world. They die not knowing because maybe they just didn't put in the power to just, find out who they are. And also they didn't ask God, because God will not leave you hanging. When you ask Him something, He will make sure that He gives you the answer. When you ask Him what He wants you to do, he might not speak to you like audibly and all that, but He will lead you. At least He will lead you into what He wants you to do. And also it might not look like it, Maybe you have your idea in your head. Maybe God told you that He will do this, or He will make you something like, anything He promised you, and you have your idea of how you think things are going to work, but things are working the other one, it doesn't make no sense. He's intentional. Everything that happens, he's intentional. He knows what he's doing. He's not playing around. Yeah, so let's make sure that we go back to God. We make sure that we are asking Him what we should do in this world, so that by the time we leave this world, we've done our purpose. We've not just passed through the world, passed through and waste time and waste breath and air and waste time. Yeah, it's not easy sometimes to, surrender to God, because as people, we think we know what we want, we think we know what we should do, we think we got it all, like, we are the bosses. Sometimes it takes obedience and what's the word? It takes um, vulnerability, I think, to just go to God and you're like, God, you know what? I don't know what to do. I need you to lead me. I need you to show me. I need you to help me. I need you to guide me. Like, it's not something that everyone does, because most people think they know what they want, they know what they should do, which is okay. But it's better to go to God and confirm with Him, so that you're not wasting time. Sometimes you might be wasting time doing a career that is not what God wants you to do. You're wasting time in something you're doing, and it's not the reason you're here. It's not the reason you're here. It's just that you're passing time sometimes because of ignorance, sometimes it's because of disobedience. So guys, let's try to do better. By surrendering to God and be like, you know what, God, I don't know. I don't know nothing. You know it all. So lead me. Hmm? And when He's leading you, things might not happen like quickly, or like things might not happen the way you expected. But He'll make sure that He'll put you on the right track, because He's God. He doesn't fail. Even when He feels like everything is failing, it's not a failure to God. He's just so intentional, and He does things His way. He doesn't do things the way we do things. He's just himself, and he's perfect. He's beautiful. He's amazing. I love him. Yeah. So, guys, yeah, what's the point of this video again? Yeah. So, yeah. Even when you die, make sure that you die in your purpose. Make sure that you die, because some people die an abrupt death, but then there are those who take a process of death, which is painful. I don't like that. But it's like people who are on their deathbeds right now, they want time to do the right thing, and it's sad, because maybe when they had time, they didn't consider that. So we need to just give God our lives and ask Him to use us the way we are, and lead us into the directions that He wants us to do, because He knows what's best for us. And it's not about us, it's about Him, because He created us. We are His. We don't know nothing about us. Even if we think we know ourselves, all that, like we think we've mastered ourselves, but it's still in His hands, because He's the one who controls breath, you know. So however much you know yourself, however much you think you can do it all by yourself, you're still under His grace. Because if